What's up, ladies and What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to HCS Pro Talk. I don't know what the fuck is going on, dude. Your weekly Halo esports podcast. Clearly, like, we were muted for too long because I forgot how to start the fucking show. Jesus Christ. This is episode 381 for the week of March 9th, 2025. Fat! I almost just said it. I almost just fucking did it.
You almost said it.
Dude, you know what? This is going to be for Juan. Juan, if you use that first one, that's fine. You do you. But we never run it back. Juan, I'm going to do another one. This is episode 381 for the week of March 9th, 2020. Fat! That's how this week's episode is. Luminosity returns once again. Yeah, I should have used... This is going to sound really mean because like they're doing a really cool thing for creators, like with the top 100 that Sin, if you're here right now, obviously she is in the top 100 along with Butrixie. They will get their shout outs later on in the show. So they're doing something cool there. I really wanted to title the show like I forgot who said it in our server, but like Luminosity being the revolving door organization of the HCS.
Yeah,
it just, I really wanted that to be the title because that's fucking funny. So I forgot who said it, but whoever said that, you win. Like, that was great. It was fucking great. All right. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man in the nondescript hoodie, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Monday evening?
I'm doing all right. I saw people were, Haley, I am feeling better. We had to push the show back with a little bit of a schedule change, and it just worked out better for me to be at home today, especially since Sin is hosting 8s in our server for her birthday right after the show, and I wanted to be there because it's our server and for Sin, so everything just worked out for a home show today, and that's how it is.
It did.
But yeah, Josh, how are you doing?
I am doing well as well, and I want to just get this out of the way right away. Poncho says HCS Pro Talk, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. What's up, Poncho? Also, OG Not Green, thank you for the follow. They had asked, as a matter of fact, let me scroll up just a sec. How would one get involved with the Community 8s? All you got to do, join the Discord if you haven't already, OG. And then we have an 8s like section or like an LFT section in the Discord. And you'll give yourself the role, like based off the reaction that you give to the post in the 8s rules or whatever it is. You'll give yourself that role. And then people will just tag that role. Sometimes once a night is what it sounds like. People, like, these things happen almost every night at this point. So yeah. Just get in there. Just wait your turn, and they'll get you in. They'll rotate you in. It's as easy as that. Make sure
you read the rules before you jump in. That's all I'll say.
That's right. Follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, you will not be invited back. Okay, it's really that simple. We try to be as inclusive as possible. Everybody of different skill levels. Anybody's welcome. Don't be fucking rude. In the terms of our show, don't be a shitter. It's really that simple. There was also one other thing I wanted to address before we get into the actual show. There was a YouTube comment on the last episode, if I'm not mistaken, because we had a remote show that time as well. And they had asked if it'd be possible to get Twitch chat up on the remote version of the VOD because they think it'd be easier to follow along with some things that we're talking about. And I wholeheartedly agree. I didn't have time to try to reconfigure the scenes for that. So I apologize that is not implemented as of this episode, but please know that I will be looking into solutions for that for our remote shows moving forward whenever they tend to happen. So your opinion and your comment is seen and heard, and we'll see what we can do to fix it. All right. With that, Will, do you want to know what is on this week's episode of the show?
What do we got?
Rostermania is not quite over yet, and we discuss and recap recent scrims and tournaments. Per usual. Because, yes, well, I'm including scrims in here, too. Trying to broaden my online doesn't matter horizons. You know what I mean? just trying to broaden it little by little. All right, let's get into some competitive news. March 2020 fat grassroots calendar. I can't speak still. Fuck me. March 2025 grassroots calendar by HCS. It's available. Go check it out. A lot of tournaments that are going to be taking place. A lot of the open series, some community stuff as well. Go check it out if you're interested. Next up, HCS points leaderboard after week 1. This is by the HCS. And then what Ash is amazing for, time in and time out, the 2025 HCS seeding spreadsheet. This is by Ashaman. And he states he'll try to keep it updated once per day or by request. So Ash is really good at getting all these stats compiled and trying to keep things as updated as possible. So make sure to go check out the link in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show, if you haven't already. Next up, clarification on the assault game type. And I have a little bone to pick with this post, Will, okay?
Okay.
So clarification on assault game type. This is by Heinz. HCS players, if you are experiencing an issue in ranked neutral bomb where the game ends suddenly in overtime after a team begins to plant the bomb, you are playing on an outdated version of the mode. Please use the mode from the custom game menu to ensure you're playing the most up-to-date version, version 003, which includes the fix for that bug. We recommend deleting your previous bookmark to ensure you don't accidentally load up an old version just to be safe as well. Okay. Heinz, yes, we appreciate you reaching out and being like, hey, that's the wrong one. Don't use that one. Use this one. That's great. Love that. Why the fuck didn't you just include a link to the new one in your tweet too? It could have been that easy. It could have been that easy. Or
the other question is, why isn't the old mode like unpublished or gone or deleted?
Like Quick Fuse had said, just delete the old ones. There are multiple solutions to this problem instead of just putting out a PSA being like, hey, go out there and find it, fuckers. Good luck. Like, what are we talking about? We know people don't fucking read. That's our job. Like, fuck, just make it easy for them to find a fucking link to click a button. Like, it's not hard. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Either way, at least the information's out there. Just wish a little bit more was done in the background on that one. Oh, well.
It's just the simplest things, you know? Just like, what the fuck? Pancakes with the gifted sub. You get a woo! Thanks so much. Thank you very much for that gifted sub. Appreciate you as always, Daquan. And then Bolty, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. And Rube, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the live show. Tyler, I didn't want to make that reference, but yes, like if people, if people actually, here's the thing that kills me, right? Is okay, not to dive in because it's not worth the time or the effort, but I'll just say this. And I've said it countless times on countless episodes throughout the years. Like, I understand that I'm not going to be for everybody, right? Like the way that I deliver information, my personality, just who I am, right? I understand that it's not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. And to those that tried taking the time to listen or watch whatever it is, I appreciate you taking the time to do so. And if it's not for you, hopefully you find something else out there that is for you. Okay? I truly mean that, like, genuinely. But at the same time, to the folks out there that like just literally state shit without understanding anything, you clearly don't watch or listen regularly, because you'll come out with some batshit opinion that it's your opinion. That's fine. I respect it. It's your opinion. But at the same time, like, if you just don't actively watch or have watched for a certain amount of time or listen for a certain amount of time, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong. And that's okay too, because I'm wrong a lot too. Like, I'm not right 100% of the time, never claimed to be. So it's, just gotta, yeah. Every time I see a comment like that, Will, I'm like, that person tuned in for literally 5 seconds. Heard me scream, right? Probably heard me scream, or like, this guy doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. He's over the top. He's dumb. And then tuned out. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine because I am over the top. I am loud. But at the same time, I am who I am and I'm not apologizing for it.
That's fair.
Hell yeah. All right. And then finally, something that got announced literally today, as a matter of fact, the Forge Hub and Halo Studios Discord Roundtable. This is by Forge Hub, and they state, join Halo Studios and Forge Hub on our Discord stage to ask map design questions and details about our current collaborative $20,000 S&D extraction contest. It'll be on Wednesday, March 12th, so in 2 days, at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and it's at discord.gg/Forge Hub. A link is included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Check it out. Meet, you're far too kind. You're far too kind. We love you guys too. All right. Will, that's it for the competitive news.
All right.
Is there anything, did you have any thoughts on any of the shit there, you know?
Any of the shit going on?
Any of the shit there, you know?
God damn. No, cool. Forge Hub is getting something going. Some of the forgers have voiced concerns about not really knowing the mode or having access to the full mode and trying to build a map around that. But I'm sure that some of the creators, they're incredible. They'll figure it out. And I hope we see some awesome maps come from this. Some stable maps that come from this. And from the gist I'm getting is that the S&D mode will not be like in ranked. It'll be its own ranked playlist separate. Correct. So I think that's cool. It won't be thrown into the rotation in ranked to, you know, we get new modes like neutral bomb without a play test and everyone's just like, what the fuck, you know? So I like that it's going to be its own thing separately.
Absolutely. And yes, you are correct. It should be its own ranked experience. Quick Fuse asks, is there a stable map in Infinite that's stable for everyone? I feel like, okay, like if we're speaking genuinely, I would say more often than not, all of the standard maps play well, in my opinion.
Like the core maps, like it's so tough to say because hardware dependent.
Sure.
Internet connection could all play a factor if your map looks like crap that day.
Right. I'm just like, in just a generalized sense though, I feel like all the core maps play fine. And then if we're going on a Forge sense, like I think the Kali remake works well. Like I'm genuinely asking, is anybody having any performance issues on the Kali remake? Origin, I think. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Origin. Xbox has trouble with Origin.
And Woolly Behemoth also says, Origin was fine for me until today. It kept taking my frames. That is not fun. Xbox people have trouble? Okay. See, I feel like these performance issues are happening mainly on the Forge maps. You know, regardless of being PC or Xbox, I feel like the performance issues are primarily on the Forge maps.
I would agree.
Holt says she doesn't have performance issues, and I believe she plays. Holt, do you play an Xbox, correct?
She does.
Okay. My worst issues so far have been on Argyle, says Meat. Well, thankfully, it's out of the fucking rotation. You don't have to play that fucking trash heap anymore. Here come all the Argyle defenders.
Hey, I started liking Argyle at the end. I didn't mind it.
A lot of people like that map. And like I said, I just wasn't good at it. So, all right. Will, that's actually it then for the competitive news. Which means it's time for Rostermania!
Rostermania, people. Starting off with Dark Inside looking for a roster. And the tweet stated, not all things go as planned. If you're currently orgless and looking for a home for the HCS season, please reach out to that one dad or Dayquil. So Dark Inside is currently looking for a roster and get at them, you know?
Get the fuck at them. And there was a recent tweet by Piggy, as a matter of fact, that like heaped his praises upon dark inside as an organization. So obviously, Will, you're going to be talking about what happened with Piggy and Co. But regardless, yeah, if anybody's looking for a team or looking for an organization to represent them, please reach out. Please reach out to that one dad and NyQuil, or Dayquil, I should say. Dayquil. Jesus Christ, Haley, I'm sorry. Both of which are in the chat right now.
There you go. Next up, Triggers Down. Not the official Triggers Down, but a team that's come together. Descendant, Lethal, Ezo, Collect, and Hoaxer as the coach. As we saw in the last Open. And I saw Lethal put out those tweets being like, everyone's saying I'm back. I was like, I never left.
Yeah.
He went dark for a little bit on the timeline, you know? So people they were wondering where he was going to land, what was going to happen, and this is where he popped up.
See, this is why folks should never assume, right? Folks should never assume that a player's retired, that whatever it may be, because they never said anything at that time. Just wait. Fucking wait. You can speculate all you want, but don't be assuming shit.
And then the last one, the title of the show, Luminosity Gaming returns once again to Halo. You're right. The revolving door comment was perfect. They're just in and out when they want to be.
Yep.
The roster is Piggy, Avicii, Yaxon, Immortally.
Indeed. And they were taking it to some teams in that Open over the weekend as well, Will.
They were doing well.
They were.
Very well.
They blew the fucking doors off Complexity. Now, granted, you know me. You know my stance on that team for the past 2 years. But we'll talk about it during the Open Series stuff for sure.
Yeah. We'll see. Haley took the words out of my mouth here. Hopefully they make it through the whole season as an org. Like, seriously. Are they going to stick around? Who knows?
Deadline says, now let's see if they stick around for more than one event. Riz asks, how many times have they joined Lift Halo in total? Deadline says 3 times, I think. I can't tell you the exact number, but I'm not kidding. Like literally since like the H5 days.
Yes.
They've just been in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Just consistently. They don't stay for what feels like longer than a year. It's ridiculous.
It's like, it feels like what happens is they get funding at some point, and then they're like, pick up the Halo team. And then that funding either goes away or it isn't repetitive enough to be sustainable, and then they leave Halo. See, that's my best guess to what's happening.
I have no idea because they're one of the larger organizations around. So I have no idea if it's due to funding. I don't know if it's due to reach. I don't know if it's due to like want to be there. I know that Frantic Brian was talking about in our server, like it might have to do with like generating hype around a new title, like down the line, and then wanting to come back around like now to generate that hype. I mean, good for them on being here, I guess. And frankly, Will, and I know you agree with this, like we're very happy for Piggy and the guys. Like it's a great thing for them. Like genuinely a really fucking great thing for them. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said like, fuck yeah, Luminosity's back. I just don't. Let's see how long they last. More organizations, sorry, Will, go ahead.
No, you're right. More organizations in Halo, the better. That bring eyes to the scene.
But for how long? Zenimatrix, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Exactly, Beth. Exactly. And yes, Riz, we hope to see the roster do well as well.
All right. I think that does it for Rostermania, Josh.
Sounds good. Which means it's time for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombat.com. Check out NoobCombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. Tuesday, March 11th, HRL Recreational FFA is taking place. On Wednesday, March 12th, we have the Halo Rec League mixed because I almost said pre-made, but that is on Thursday, March 13th, which is Halo Rec League pre-made, and the Mythic Gaming Creator Castle Wars Draft Tournament. It's been sitting in my app for what feels like months at this point, Will, but it's finally coming up.
Is the draft might be Thursday?
Oh, it's the draft.
Or do
Thursday?
I have this wrong? Quick Fuse, if you're still in chat.
He is.
Draft Thursday, play Friday.
Noobcombo.com. Do I have a fucking bone to pick with you? Just kidding. I'll update it right now. All right. So yes, Friday, March 14th, the Mythic Gaming Creator Castle Wars Draft Tournament is taking place. The show notes are updated now. I apologize for that. Then it's back, Will. On Saturday, March 15th. The AGLA, American Griffball League of America, Spring League 2020 FAT starts up. So buckle the fuck up. It's going to be a wild ride. Then on Saturday, March 15th and Sunday, March 16th, the HCS Open Series Road to Arlington, North America, number 3. And then on Sunday, March 16th, the HCS Open Series Road to Arlington, EU, Mexico, and Australia, New Zealand, number 3 are also taking place. So make sure to check out all the fucking action happening all week long. All week long. Not just weekend. All week long.
All week long. Sorry.
Will's going to give us a song and dance. Sorry for the audio listeners. You don't get to see the little jig that Will did. But you can imagine it. All right? It was fucking beautiful. You just imagine
sorry for my voice still getting over the crud.
It's okay. That's it for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Will Scrim Tournament League recaps.
Well, first off, Scrim's available for all regions at Halo Data Hive. Go check it out. Links provided in the show notes. If you just type Halo Data Hive into your Google search or wherever, and you'll get there. But on Wednesday, March 5th, TSM took on Cloud9. That was 8-5 going to TSM. Shopify took on SSG 10-6 going to Shopify. On Thursday, March 6th, Shopify 16-1 against TSM. Ouch. And then Luminosity 7-4 against Complexity. On Friday, March 7th, SSG went up against Better. That was 11-4 going to SSG.
So real quick, Will, before we get into the tournament results, just a couple things I want to mention about the scrims, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Good luck with the working. Okay, so I still will this again. If I'm playing into the whole online thing, right? Then I'm gonna state my piece here. I still have a lot of reservations about TSM. A lot of reservations still about TSM. Okay, and I know we'll talk about Open Series stuff in just a little bit here, and like. They're still not doing what I expect them to do, all things considered. The other thing, another one that concerns me quite a lot, and again, Will, this is my same sentiment I've had for this organization for 2 years running. What are Complexity doing? Like, again, for anybody that has listened to the show for longer than 5 minutes, they understand that I don't put stock into online results. Okay? I don't. I gave them their fucking flowers, whether it was at Worlds or SLC. Like, based off their performance, because I didn't think they were going to do as well as they did. I gave them their flowers at that point because they performed better than I thought they would on a LAN environment.
Yeah.
I think it was better than both of our predictions were, or whatever the fuck it was. But when I'm looking at this, I'm like, guys, what is happening? And this is no offense to Luminosity at all. Like, I'm really happy for them, and I fucking hope that they blow the doors off a shit ton of teams, right? But something's got to give, man. Something's got to give, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious if after Arlington, and this isn't like, I'll just say what I'm going to say. I'm very curious if after Arlington, if they don't get a placing that they would hope for, if something changes. And I'm not going to sit here and name in like specific players because a lot of people have the same sentiment regarding that team.
Yeah.
But something's got to fucking give, man. This is insane.
Yeah. Complexity not performing to what should be expected at all.
No.
And I same kind of questions. Are they going to be the first ones to make a team change this year? It feels very likely at this point.
Very well could. We'll have to wait and see. That's all I had, Will, at this time.
All right, all good. Next up, some like it. SWAT. Fourth place went to Murda. This is Young Guns and Dallas Snipes. Third went to Cat Smile and Cat Smile Arm Sleeve. I almost just said Cat Smile Gaming off of, just what I'm used to saying.
Yeah.
But that was Uvinity and Marine. Second went to Furries Are Us. It's K3 and Obnoxious. And first went to Love Proofio. This was Love Lily and O Proofio. Taking it home.
Indeed. And I think what the fuck am I talking about? I think Love Proofio had to do a bracket reset to win as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they'd win back-to-back series to win that tournament. So congratulations to them.
Next up, HCS Open Series Road to Arlington for EU, Mexico, and Australia, New Zealand. And we'll start in Australia, New Zealand. Top 4, Team Apollo, which was, the graphic text is small again. I got to zoom in with my old man eyes. Team Apollo included Apollo, Kanzi, Kush, and Pandorable. Third went to Michael Carmody. This was Benji, Cheesin, Lolly, and Spectre. Second went to Solo Level. This was Bino, Dante, Divinity, and Pips. And first, taking it home, Josh, you're already ready. It was Mind Freak, Plasma, Scoop, Sways, and Rice.
I brought the Stream Deck in frame too and everything for that.
I saw
ready.
that. Wow.
I was fucking ready.
Yeah, Mind Freak's been. I think they're gonna just dominate the scene.
Oh yeah, they're easily the best team in the region.
Yep. Next up, Mexico. Fourth place went to ODST. This was, Dealey, Miku Ghoul, Sentry, and Euphorious. Third went to Cinta This was Dolan, Lunatics, Negativity, and Sepsters. Second went to SWAT Latam. This is Lure, Pool, Rorch, and Strikey. And first went to Ether Gaming, Acid Drift, Noble, and Tapping Buttons. Again, the team dominating the scene.
Yeah, they're again, no offense to SWAT Latam, but Ether are easily the best in that region too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now the question becomes, Will, now the question becomes, right? Like, we know that they're more than likely not going to be handed a pool play spot this year unless they earn it by placing top 8 or whatever the fuck it is that lands. Because then you're guaranteed one. Right. I'm curious your thoughts here. Like as we head into the final couple weeks here of this open series, we're going to lead into the qualifiers, right? Obviously they're going to be playing through open bracket, but I know this is very early, Will. Okay. I know this is very, very early, and I know we're not doing predictions for Arlington yet, but I'm curious your thoughts. Do you think, as from what we've seen so far, right? And we know how good that pre-alpha esports roster, now Ether roster is. Do you see them taking that step from what we've seen with the North American teams so far?
And getting a top 8? Or
fighting for it? I can't sit here and confidently say that, but I can confidently say fighting for it. Not to say they don't have the talent to do so, but that's where my thoughts at.
I feel like maybe they can take a game off of a top 8 team, but I don't see them being really in the fight.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I respect the take.
Like, I'm not gonna never say never.
Justin Bieber.
Something could happen. Justin Bieber. Something could happen where they break top 8, but like, if everything stays the way it is, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna like. I said this before and I'll say it again. Like, even after Arlington, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, the team that wins Arlington is the team that's gonna win for the rest of the year. But
right.
I think it'll be a nice indicator as to obviously where teams are at that time, right? I know that sounds like a fucking cop-out answer, but I think Arlington will be a big telling of where the landscape is at the time, and
of course,
seeing at that point, yeah, whether some big decisions happen in my brain. Not winning for the rest of the year, but just like other things in that mix-up of top 12.
All right. We'll have to wait and see.
Indeed.
All right. Then for Europe, 4th place went to... Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
4th place went to Pharmaceutical. This was Baxter, Desire, Mose, and Pantho. 2nd went to Pippa, Jimbo, Mighty, Sika, and Chick. And 1st went to Nemesis, Glory, SLG, Snipetrone, and Woodham. There was no 3rd place team in this event.
I love how you looked at the graphic and even you got taken aback by it. Like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did the person make this graphic just fuck up?
I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just talked about this.
We did.
Yeah.
That's what we're muted for.
Oh,
that was
all right.
funny. Will, okay, I'm also curious about your thoughts on this too, because so we're 3 open series in now, right?
Yep.
It really feels like Nemesis is the top team in this region. Now, EU, I'm going to give a little more slack, because typically it's always been 2 teams that have been above the rest in that region.
Yeah.
And those same players are there sans Legend. So I'm going to wait for Arlington, like, to really kind of determine if the gap is so large between the 2 EU teams. And obviously they don't play against each other all the time. Like, I feel like last year was kind of a kind of a neat thing that happened where we saw them play a couple times against each other on LAN. Like, and they're all international events, so it was multiple regions teams, but just the fact that they lined up with each other in bracket or whatever was cool. So I'm curious, Will, do you think that gap is significantly large right now, or do you think LAN will be more telling?
LAN's always going to be more telling versus these online series, right? I give the edge to the Nemesis squad. I feel like they're going to take, like, I would put my money on them over the Pippa squad at LAN.
I agree.
I mean, they got Woodham. The keyboard man himself.
No mouse, just keyboard.
Yep, just keyboard. He moves with the arrow keys.
Hey, he's holding up his keyboard after wins. That's all he's got. He's not holding his mouse up there.
Exactly.
You know? Jesus Christ. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
HCS Open Series Road to Arlington for North America. We'll run through the top 8 completely here because a lot of teams here.
Yeah.
So your top, excuse me. Top 8 teams. Reversal Perfy, which was Breaking Shot, Common, King Nick, and Ryan Noob. Also TSM, Cherish, Drux, Soul Snipe, and Tolic. 5th, 6th went to Cloud9, Boobadooboo, Manny Sab, and Septify, and Luminosity. Apathy, Mortally, Piggy, and Yaxon.
Yaxon.
4th was Space Station, Eco, Lucid, Snakebite, and Stellar. 3rd went to Better, Falcated Penguin, Suppressed, and Trippy. 2nd went to Optic Gaming, Bound, Formal, Legend, and Renegade. And 1st went to Rebellion, Cycle, Frosty, Last Shot, and Royal 2.
Will, anything stick out to you immediately I have thoughts that I'd like to share when you were done.
Watching some of this over the weekend, I did see some better plays from Space Station, some better teamwork, but obviously they're not quite where I think they're going to be. I was shocked Rebellion took it. I think Optic has had the edge for a little bit. Rebellion's been playing very well, though. And I'm excited for the season because I feel like these teams, the margins are just going to shrink and shrink over time, and we're going to have some of the best competition ever. Your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, I'm going to play armchair. I'm going to play armchair coach for a minute, okay? Again, this is all online. It doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. This is good practice for these teams. Also, Best Man, welcome back. It's good to see you. Okay. After 3 weeks of online competition, here's where I stand currently. We literally talked about briefly earlier Space Station beating Better in a recent scrim leading up to this week, and clearly it didn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Better were better in that series against Space Station. And yes, Will, I agree with you. While they did play better than they have been, I've still been seeing a lot of plays that leave me scratching my head a little bit. Where it feels as though, again, I'm playing armchair right now, right? I don't want people taking things out of context here. There were plays and there were moments throughout that series against Better where I was watching it and thinking to myself, man, like, not a lot of angles being covered here. Not a lot of assisting teammates happening here. Where I'm watching Better, like they're consistently, whether it be bait and switching, they're consistently have each other's backs. Like if one player goes in, the other comes in very shortly after, or one player flanks around. It felt like SSG were consistently... It felt like they had to keep their heads on a swivel and they weren't doing it. It didn't feel like they had much control. And then when they did have control, it felt like things just got broken up too easily. That's what it felt like watching them play. Okay? That's where I'm at with SSG. But I agree with you where we both believe that they just they're not there yet. Like they aren't where they want to be yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a given. And again, I'm waiting for Arlington to fully, contemplate some thoughts. But when I watch them, like it just feels like that teamwork isn't to the same level as I've seen with a Better, with a Shopify, with an Optic. Now, talk about Better, right? Wow. They just continue to show out. Now, here's the thing. They continue to show out against Space Station. They haven't really shown out against the other two, but they've shown out against Space Station week in, week out. So good for them. Really excited for them. And I know we keep talking about them. Well, I know like the sentiment around them, like if you're on fucking Reddit and shit, is like, oh, they feel like the dark horse or whatever. But no, they're not even that. They're not a dark horse team. Like it felt like they were, and we talked about it too, right? It felt like they were the throwaways or the castaways, right?
Yeah.
Or like the misfits or whatever you want to call them. But the fact that you have some of the best players in the game on that team, some of the highest placing players year in, year out on that team, and it fucking feels like their teamwork is just not only is hitting the stride, but should only get better. No pun intended on the team name. Like I'm really happy for them. I'm genuinely really happy for them. And I hope that we just continue to see waves. And yeah. Optic and Shopify. And then I'll have thoughts about some others in just a minute, but Optic and Shopify will. The fact that Shopify were coming out of winners, right? Obviously, you have the momentum on your side. You have the advantage of that second series if it needs to go to that. And obviously, it did go to that. Shopify did win in 2 best of 7s. I mean, not best of 7, best of 5, so I'm not mistaken. And Optic needed to beat the first best of 5 to get to the second one. They did do that. And then Shopify, I'm not going to say handily beat them in the second best of 5, but they did. They won it. Was it 3-1 or 3? I think it was 3-1. What am I talking about? I can look at the fucking graphic in front of my fucking face.
Yes, it was.
Thank you, Will. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll say the same thing I've said before as I'll say the same thing now as I've said weeks before. Shopify and Optic feel like they're just faster. I feel like they're in a gear that Better clearly has not hit yet. And Space Station also clearly have not hit yet. And yeah, they have that speed and that momentum that is able to carry them throughout the map, throughout the game. And they just don't slow down. And I don't mean like slow down in a sense. Like, obviously they can slow down in the game when it needs to happen. But they just, like, that momentum doesn't stop. They're able to maintain.
They know that when they can pressure properly, when they can fly, when to sit back. These teams are the two juggernauts at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. They do seem faster. Their decision making, the way they clean up kills, the way they get in, the way they break setups, hold setups, it all just seems a notch above.
It truly does. It truly does. I've seen some things been talked about online is like, do we feel like there's only a big 2 or do we still feel like there's a big 4, whatever it is? I'm still going to say it feels like there should be like a big 4. But in terms of gameplay from what we've seen right now, it does feel like, and you can see it watching the gameplay yourself, that Shopify and Optic just do feel like they're a gear or 2 ahead right now.
Yeah. And chat's been mentioning this too. In these early series, some teams are just information gathering on other teams where, we haven't seen Space Station hit their full stride. What feels like isn't their full stride. And that might be it. Maybe they haven't had the time together. Maybe they're reserving strats for when it matters.
Could be. So Lucid, in a recent stream of his, and I found this funny because somebody was asking about in this chat about like online performance and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he literally, like, I don't have the clip. So, okay, I shouldn't say literally. I'm going to paraphrase here. But he basically said the same thing I always do, where like it's online, so you don't put too much stock into it. But then he went on to say that they're still trying to win every time. Like they're still, they're still trying to win, whether it be a scrim, whether it be an open series, whatever it is, they're still trying to win it. And so when you watch Shopify and Optic, regardless of who they're playing against, when you just watch them play, you're like, man, you're right, Will. It's like their decision-making is just at that level that you'd expect a team of that caliber to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Where Space Station isn't, in my opinion. Like they don't, when you watch them play, some of the decision-making that they have just doesn't feel like it's at that same level. At least not yet. So I'm very curious how that's going to translate as we go further on into the season. The other thing I want to say too is this is a thought that I've had that was kind of percolating in my mind all throughout today, as a matter of fact, like in preparation for the show, Will. Halo Infinite, right? Well, I mean, Halo in general, but Halo Infinite kind of to the nth degree is truly a team game, right?
Yes.
Where, yes, you can have individual performances shine, but at the end of the day, if you're not playing as a team, you're losing. Like, it's literally as simple as that. It doesn't fucking matter if you have a player go fucking 50-0. If you're not playing as a team, you're going to lose. The reason I'm saying that is because it's why I don't like singling out individual players on teams. Okay? It's why when I talk about complexity and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I don't want to single out an individual player because there could be other things that are happening, right?
Yeah.
It's the same reason why I'm not going to sit here and bash an individual player on SSG or better or whatever team, insert team name here. Because at the end of the day, it's a team game. And if they don't play together as a team and they don't play well as a team, they're going to lose as a team. It's why when people were fucking shit talking APG all the time, right? Did you see how well he performed on that team? Played fucking great on that team. Formal talked about how he wanted to keep APG.
Yeah.
It's about how you fit. At the end of the day, it's how you fit. Obviously, like, we have reservations. You could look across the scene, right? You could look across the space. And you look at Optic and be like, "Oh, they have 4 Slayer dominant players. They're going to be 2 Slayer dominant. That's all they're going to do. They're going to slay. Nobody's going to play objective." Seems to be doing okay right now. Seems like they play objective just fine to me. Will, would you agree? Oh, Will's screen froze. Oh, Will, you're back. You're back.
I'm back?
You're back.
All right, cool.
Sorry. Would you tend to agree with
still
that?
Frozen?
Nope, you're good. Not frozen.
I'm just making sure.
You're good.
All right. What were you saying? My PC just freaked out.
Okay, so I was saying, like, you could look across the landscape, right? And like, when you see people's takes online, you could look at it and be like, "Oh, Optic are just 4 Slayers. All they're going to do is Slayer. They're never going to play objective," right? But it seems like they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
And they're playing objective just fine. Would you tend to agree?
Oh, yeah.
And then the opposite side of the spectrum, right? You look at SSG and you're like, "Oh, you have 4 just heavy-minded players." And it's just, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's how do you play together as a team? That's why I don't want to sit here and bash individual players. Not because, like, we're fucking need to be buddy-buddy with them. We don't fucking care. We want to see these players and teams perform, right? And we want to see them perform well because how they want to see each other perform well. It's a team game. And the thing that I hate seeing consistently is a player has a bad performance in a map or a series, and then everybody jumps on it and goes, "That's why they lost. That's why they lost. That person dropped 15 deaths in the Slayer. That's why the team lost." That's it right there.
I mean, yeah. I those points always frustrate me because, as we're saying, it's a team game, right? That person may have 15 deaths. Maybe why weren't the teammates looking over him? You know? It's not always, the stats don't tell the whole story, is what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Point I was going to get to. Stats don't tell the whole story. There's much more that goes on.
What?
Yeah, Haley, no one looks at damage and assists. Yeah, that does help the story.
Just watch the games. That's all you got to do. Just watch. Watch the team's positioning. Like, us as spectators, right? We get the full picture. We get player outlines. We get to see where everyone is, what everyone's doing at any given time. We don't have a mini map, which is unfortunate. But we have almost all the other information that you could ever ask for. Just watch the game. That's all you got to do. Just watch. Watch where these teams are positioned. Watch where the other team is spawning up. Because the thing that people need to understand is the players at this level, at the highest of high level, at the literal professional level, they should know and they should understand where teams, like where players are spawning, where your teammates are going to spawn, when things are going to be coming up around the map. Like, that's where I'm at right now. I know it's online. I know people are going to run what their takes and everything. And at the end of the day, it's good entertainment. It's good fun, right? But watch the game. Don't just look at a stat line and be like, oh, this team's ass. Just watch the game. It's not hard to do. VODs exist for a reason too. If you can't catch it live, I can't catch it live all the fucking time. I watch VODs all the time. Just check it out after the fact. Melted Whistle says, tell that to the Optic COD team. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh. I think I saw, Will, I know we're not like in COD and other games watch. I think I removed it from this episode anyway. But
yeah.
Enable put out a tweet that's like, I refuse to believe that this team can be this bad, like overnight. And like, I want to agree with them. Like, what the fuck happened? Like they went from literally winning worlds to being like straight ass.
Yeah. I can't tell you what happened. It's a complete 180. It doesn't make any sense, but it happened.
I think literally the only team worse than them is Vegas. That's saying something.
Egos could have happened, Mr. Chief. Egos get in the way. They don't put in as much work. You know, they're high on that world's win. Who knows?
Rev says, nah, Vegas has won maps. Okay, you're not wrong. Neither of them won series, though. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Beth says, and I was nervous when they played Vegas. Beth, who the fuck was it? David Sandman. Shout out, David. He put out a tweet like, over the weekend, whenever their match was, and said, Vegas is winning a series, mark my words. And then they didn't, but like, if there was ever a time, it was that one. No, Melted, you're fine, man. You're fine. You're all good. But yeah, it's when I see these takes, like I'm all for meaningful discussion about like, oh, like this, it feels like this team's not where not where they want to be, not where we would expect them to be. Like when we talk about SSG, right? Well,
yeah,
like I'm all for that type of meaningful conversation, but never going to just shit on individual players for the sake of shitting on individual players. And again, that's not for the sake of trying to be friends, because who fucking cares? At the end of the day, we're all adults and we should be able to talk about these types of things. But I'm just going strictly based off what I see. And what I see is obviously they don't believe it's good enough. They're not, I know it's only online, but they're not winning anything. Yeah, I don't think it's good enough. Shopify and Optic do feel like they're a gear ahead. Better just look to be right there fighting, but obviously still not there to to win the fight, but they are fighting. Complexity are rough. And I'm nervous about TSM. I'm very nervous.
Yeah. I share a lot of those sentiments. Complexity's not where they should be, in my opinion. TSM's a big question mark.
And Will, like we talk about where they should be, right, with complexity.
Yeah.
And frankly, correct me if I'm wrong, but do we both believe that they should be like a top 8 team fighting for top 6?
I would think so.
They're not even there. And I know it's strictly based off of open series performance, but they're not even there.
Who knows? Maybe the K-Sound event will come around. We have the top 4 basically going at it.
Yes.
Maybe they'll get some info on each other. Maybe other teams will get info on things going on. We still have qualifiers to go. Maybe these teams will shore things up and get to that level in that time. It is just the first couple events. Maybe these teams have a lot to figure out. I'm hoping they're VOD reviewing, going over the strats, what the other teams are doing, and getting things cleaned up. Because this is the time to do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that we see that competition tighten up.
And to the folks in chat saying like SSG will be fine, we agree. Like, we don't think that they're bad. We don't think that they're going to be bad. Like, we know the skill on the team. We know the players on the team. That's why we have them in that top mix. Because that's where they should be. And I don't fucking put stock in online shit. I'm helping folks out who really lean into the online stuff.
Yeah. John, I think you're saying like John says too early to tell predictions. Do you think the top 4 of these first couple LAN events, are you meaning the online events, are going to be the top 4 all season? I would say potentially.
I say yes, but switch the teams around.
Yeah. I would say they're going to be the top 4 teams, but something could happen where 2 of these teams meet up early in a bracket, one goes to losers early and something happens. You know, I could see that scenario happening at some point this year.
Tools, to you it matters. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. You hold on to that.
Yeah, John, exactly. Like FaZe in London.
All I know, Will, is that Optic have a really rough time winning at home.
That's true.
So
why do you think I put Shopify on my too early to tell?
That's what I did too, baby. We had literally the same shit across the board.
That was wild.
Optic are built to beat FaZe and SSG. Shopify is built to beat Optic. We'll see what happens. I think Optic are built to beat anybody. Tools. There's a reason why Formal wanted who he wanted. Their intent, you know this, their intention is to beat everybody. And the easiest thing you could say, the easiest thing anybody could say is that, yeah, Optic will run house all year. Talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Shopify matches on paper rolls better than Optic, in my opinion. That's fine. But Tools, here's the thing too, is that you understand this, like rolls, you hear the pros literally talk about it all the time, that roles don't exist in the same sense that they had before. All players need to be able to do everything on the map at any given time. Yes, obviously some players are better at shooting a gun than others. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's that easy, Tools. Go ahead, Will.
I was going to say, I agree with Tools. Shut Legend down and Optic will crumble. I agree with that statement. The problem is shutting them down.
I don't think it's that easy just to shut him down and win. But that's the thing. I'll watch
in the last tournament. In the last tournament, it was Legend was the one popping off and kind of leading things for that team. So in the last tournament, yes.
We'll have to wait and see. All right.
Haley, I can see that too. Shopify coming out on top and demolishing every tournament this year. If they keep countering Optic like they did, it's possible. We also could see any of these other top 4 teams really turn it up. It's too early. I'm going to leave it at that. It's too early.
Sequacia says, I'm equally as interested in the top 4 battles as the top 6 through 12 battles this year. Yeah. Like I said, very curious right now. Again, I don't give a shit about online. So I'm going to go back to my shit, though. I'm very curious how TSM play in Arlington. And then Will Complexity remain who they have been for the past 2 years, or will they actually do something? Let's find out. Let us see. Anything else, Will?
No, I'm good.
All right. Brackets and VODs. Everything's included in the Google Doc of the show. To the show, exclamation point show notes in the chat. Go check it out if you haven't already. Will.
Yeah.
Let's get into some regular news. Maybe, if I can find the button because I was on the sounds. That's my bad.
You don't use the mixer for it?
No, I'm for the scene.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Now regular news time. March playlist update. This is by Halo Studios. I'm not going to fucking read through this. If you want to read through it, you go right ahead. You feel free to.
I just got to say, Illusion's out of Ranked Slayer. For those who are wondering, it's currently out of Ranked Slayer, not in the map list.
That's a good change.
Thank you.
and frankly, this article that I was mentioning is related to the update tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. So, hey, that's cool, though. Fuck yeah, get that out of here. That map's fucking ass. So
Hate
great.
that map so much.
Thank you, Will, for that update. That's great.
There we go.
But if you want to learn about playlist changes happening tomorrow, then go ahead and check out that article in the show notes. Hell yeah. And then finally, MCC EAC update for the update that broke the previous update. This is by Halo Support. They state a Halo MCC update to address easy anti-cheat errors is now available for download on the Microsoft Store and Xbox app for PC. No update is needed on Xbox consoles or Steam. So there you go. They released an update for EAC that borked it. So they released an update for that broken update. Hell yeah.
Cass, that map was Illusion. Yeah, we played it. It's still in it's in team doubles.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yep.
Why the fuck is it in there? That map's huge. For doubles?
Yep.
Oh, God. Ew. Well, guys, if you're listening, you should probably remove it from there, too. I don't even play doubles. That sounds fucking awful.
It's not in ranked doubles. It's just in team doubles.
Either way, get the fuck out of there. That's gross.
Yeah. And Merkin, it's out of the list right now for Ranked Slayer. They didn't really announce it. Illusion, Haley. The one with the big camel hallway in the middle. That's pointless. Well, it's not pointless. It's annoying as fuck. But yeah.
Me and my buddy just gonna sit camo trying to find us. So fucking stupid. Oh, kind of a neat gimmick. But man, that map is bad. I'm sorry. That map is just fucking bad.
I could get it for quick play, maybe some Escalation Slayer or something in there could be fun. But the map itself doesn't play well.
Conquest
in my
says,
opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Conquest said, I was playing Super Fiesta and got a running ride just by hiding.
Yeah, that.
Ew. I mean, good for you, but ew, dude. All right. That's it for the fucking regular news. Go play MCC because it might work now.
Just maybe.
Yeah. Gar Games Watch Optics fucking ass. It's time for Will's Adventures within the Haloverse. Halo games too. Will, what you having to play over the last week?
Obviously, still playing Infinite. Joined in on some 8s. Played some games yesterday. Just still grinding, you know?
Just still grinding.
And then because my brother is obsessed, I played some Fortnite. there's a new update apparently like a few days ago, and he's all excited about the changes and had to show me some stuff and wanted to play. So I jumped on Fortnite with my brother for a little bit.
Love that.
I'm bad. I'm bad at it. I'm trying. I started Fortnite. It's like season 1. I think that was on the PlayStation. So I had a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Switched to mouse and keyboard at some point. I stopped playing when like it was long ago when the planes and stuff came in to the game.
Yeah.
Stopped playing, and now my brother's back on it, and I'm trying to play on mouse and keyboard again. I haven't played a mouse and keyboard game in so long. And yeah, it's tough. I'm getting my butt kicked.
When you kill the bots in the game, it feels great, and then you fight like a real player, and you're like, this is a dramatic shift. Oh my god. Dark Lord of Science asks, did you get your hero yet, Will?
Yes, I've had my hero for a while. Well, not a while.
Been a while.
It's been like a month or so. Yeah.
I feel like it's been over a month.
It might be.
Who knows? John says he'll play Fortnite with you, Will.
I'm only getting on if my brother gets on. That's where I'm at with it.
Get shit on, John.
He's pulling me. It's all he plays. He doesn't have an Xbox or a PC, so he can't play Halo. He's got the PS5. So I will go play Fortnite with him. But, my brother's a little demanding when we play. Go here, do this. Oh, you should pick up that weapon, da-da-da-da, all that.
Sure.
I would hope he knows his shit. Like, huh?
I hope he knows his shit.
He knows a little bit.
Okay.
I want to get him on Halo and be like, go stand by tower. Get on top tower. Don't move. Look down top mid on live fire. Like, just shoot them. Oh, wait, they're coming to you right now. Don't wait. Oh, save your grenades off spawn. Don't just chuck them. What are you doing?
What's a bat ledge? What are you talking about? Where's an elevator? What?
Tyler said I got hero January 31st. So yeah, it's been a month and a half.
Sandbags? What are those?
Exactly.
Top dip, bottom. Do we putting dips in? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Oh, he's top gold. There's no gold on this map. What is happening?
They're in blue? It's not blue. It's all gray.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Riz,
yeah.
He's on stairs. Which stairs? Oh, that was fucking funny. Shout out Streets. Shout out that fucking moron in matchmaking. Shout out my pillar. God.
Yeah. Halo and Fortnite, that's what I've been doing, Josh. What about you?
I played a couple games. I've been playing some Pokemon Platinum. Got my 4th badge yesterday, as a matter of fact. Mopped the fucking floor with that gym leader. It was a fighting. She was a wrestler, I think. She had fighting type Pokemon. Fucking rocked her shit. It was great. And then, played some Halo as well. Played some Firefight. Played some late night Firefight. Always a good time. And then, I finished the pass. In preparation for Blue Team releasing, I believe, tomorrow. And then I also played a series of 8s, and we got the reverse sweep.
Very nice.
It was very nice. First 2 games, I played like dog shit, and then the 3rd game I played less like dog shit, and then games 4 and 5 I played okay. So it's those warm ups, Got to keep them on their toes. No, I'm just I'm genuinely not good. So yeah, it was cool to get the reverse sweep on that. It was cool to get a win. It was a fun time as always. It was really funny, Will, too, because I joined in and it was literally I was basically part of Mythic Gaming.
Oh yeah.
Because it was me and 3 of the Mythic Gaming folks. And then I think it might have been Beast on the other team. But yeah, like it was basically Mythic +1 It was just really funny. It was just really funny to have that be how the spreadsheet worked out.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a great time. The vibes were great. We were hyping each other up off kills and plays, and Hawkeye had an unbelievable fucking no scope, I believe. And yeah, it was great. It was a good time. That's all I played.
All right.
So, with that, let's get into some mo fucking shoutouts. Happy birthday today to Lucid and Sin. Happy birthday. Will gives the thumbs up there. Speaking of Sin, congratulations to Sin and Butrixie on reaching the Luminosity's top 100. That's fucking amazing. Saw the graphic come out, saw you two in there. You guys deserve it. And congratulations there. Don't stop. Keep going. Wishing you guys luck in the future rounds. Congratulations to Piffin and his partner on their baby gender reveal. Congratulations. That's amazing. Just for this specific reason, I'm going to say ban PD. So Piffin, you're saved here. We're going to ban PD now. Shout out to everyone who joined in the 8s over the past week. I've been seeing some lobbies been popping off. I think we had an instance of 2 lobbies being run at once, which is really cool. Yeah. So it's awesome. It is fucking awesome. And I know that I've said this before, but I'll say it again. To Elated Dartboard specifically, what you have accomplished with that spreadsheet has been nothing short of fucking remarkable. And I don't think you get enough praise for the work that you've done and continue to do, as a matter of fact. So thank you so fucking much for all the work you've done. And again, continue to do for us. And you make it so these lobbies are as balanced as possible. And the great thing is, the thing that I think he deserves the most credit for is that the lobbies are as balanced as possible to our knowledge. And that's including, Will, the amount of fucking skill, like variety of skills that we have. Yeah.
And I got to give a shout out just for providing us with that spreadsheet to Dart, because I've had people tell me that they only feel comfortable coming into our 8s because there's no like team selection, you know. Mm-hmm. They don't feel left out or not picked. The spreadsheet does the work, balances the teams, and it just makes it an even match, and everybody can have fun, you know.
Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing too, is like, that's the thing we advocate for in our 8 specifically, is that anybody of any skill level is like encouraged to join. It doesn't matter what skill level you are. It doesn't matter what fucking rank you are. Okay. We want you to join. We want you to try to have fun, and we want things to be as balanced as possible. And none of it would be possible without Dart's work on that spreadsheet. So Dart, again, thank you so much. He said he's playing D&D tonight, so he won't be able to join in 8s, but just know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and yeah, just wow. Like, Will, it feels like yesterday where you were talking about wanting to potentially run 8s in the server and wondering how that was all going to work out.
Yeah.
And to see where it's at today, because of all the advocating that you did, that Riz did, that others did, the work that Dart did for the spreadsheet, it's just, frankly, I never saw it be what it is today. So back then I would have never seen it become what it is today. So shout out to you guys as well. I know that I'm not able to attend all the time, but just know that like I see everybody in there, and like, this is going to sound cliche as fuck, but like it seriously makes me happy seeing it every single time. Like seeing all the people in there and just hoping that everybody's having a good time. And everybody's holding everybody accountable. So yeah, shout out to you, Will. Shout out to Riz. Shout out to everybody who's doing it. Shout out to Dart for the spreadsheet. You guys are fucking awesome. Shout out the 8s.
Thanks, Cass.
Melted Whistle asks, how do you determine skill? All-time highest rank or current rank? Both.
Yeah, both are. So what happens is if you join our Discord, you put your gamer tag in the list. Someone who has editing power or knows how to do it will put your gamer tag into the spreadsheet and takes both of those things, all-time high and current CSR. There is an option to select which one is considered for your placement, and then that your current CSR is updated throughout the seasons. So we have people who will go through all the gamer tags and update those CSRs, which is incredible. Shout out Dart.
Shout out Dart. Brando, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. But yeah, Melted, if you're interested in getting in on them, just join our Discord. Completely free. We shouted out the end of the show. Will's going to do it here shortly. And yeah, join up. It'll be a good time. Hell yeah, Dom. Shout out Women of Halo as well. They've been, you guys have been getting some fucking 8s going in your guys' Discord as well. All skill levels there too. Shout out. There are already people waiting in the lobby. Well, hey, we have a few minutes here before Sin's birth dates are going to be happening. Speaking of which, it is Sin's birthday today. She had asked if she could run some 8s lobbies for her birthday in our Discord, which we happily obliged. So yeah, Sin's birth dates will be happening right after this show. So I have a couple other things to get through. Will's got a plugs to get through, and we'll close things out. So shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. That includes Good with the follow and with the brand new sub. Zero the Hero, OG, thank you guys for the follows. Pancakes with the gifted sub, and then Bolty, Rube, Zenimatrix, and Brando, thank you guys for the follows as well. Everybody gets a woo! Greatly appreciated. Next up, shout out to everyone who's a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers. That includes Unbroken Soul, Hardy, Class, Blackout, Diode, Pancakes, Ashley, Voodoo Man, Rostermania Jr., Sego, Raider, Hater, Peanut Mud, One Swell, Daddy Phantom, Rizard, High Tech, Redneck, Holy Sniper, the Heavy Rainfall, and Elaine, our board. Thank you so much for the extra support over on the Patreon. Not only does the man create a spreadsheet for 8s, he fucking subs to us over on Patreon as well. Man's a legend. Man's a fucking legend. Community creations, Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Go check it out. Best of Formal 2024 by HCS. Go check that video out. Can see some Formy plays. Halo Infinite Basketball. This is by Disco Lizard. Go check that out. Halo Raptor Origins by Sparrow Films. A lot of words. It's a fan-made film. Go check it out. And finally, HCS Arlington Keychain Preview by Ranger Callie. She's making them again. I don't think you can see them on. Oh, no, you can see them. I have a couple right there. One for Atlanta and one for Worlds. She's making them again. She has a preview of her Arlington keychain. Go check it out. If you're going to be at the event, go find her and get it. Will, that's all I got. Do me a favor. Plug this shit.
You can find us on Patreon. We do a little extra content over there if you're interested. Video show, audio show, all that good stuff. Find us on your favorite podcast services, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Josh's favorite.
Pocket Cast. Still not
a goddamn ad. Find us on Linktree. We have all of our socials, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, merch. It's all there on our Linktree. And Linktree HCS Pro Talk. And then go to hcsprotalk.com, but it'll actually fucking send you to haloevolve.co. Your home for Halo.
Wow.
I'm stealing all the taglines tonight, Josh.
Do it.
They have great shows such as Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Book Club, Build the Flocks, Halo Headlines, and Halo Gear Guide. Make sure to check them out and see our section while you're over there, too, on their site. And that's all I have, Josh.
Will, thank you so much for doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be raiding none other than the birthday girl herself, Lucinity. So make sure to stay tuned for that raid. She's going to be playing in the 8s that are going to be happening in the Pro Talk server. Join them up if you're able to. And yeah, it's going to be a great night. Hope everyone has a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us for episode 381 of HCS Pro Talk. We'll be back next. No, actually, we fucking won't.
We won't be back next week. We will be on a break.
Yes. I'll be out of the country. So officially there will not be a show next week. I'm sorry. It's my fucking fault. Blame me.
First time in forever.
I mean, first time since like what, fucking December last year or whatever it was?
No.
Or the year before
December
that.
23.
Yeah, we took 2 weeks off in 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to Winnipeg. I'm going to go see Justin, a.k.a. Goalie Sniper, and I'm going to go see PD. So, yeah, they live there. So we'll be up there. It's going to be great. All right. Sorry, guys. Won't be here next week. Suck, losers. Fuck you. All right. We'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're going to go raid Sin. Have a great night, everybody. Wish Sin a happy birthday. Join the 8s. Have fun. And don't be a fucking shitter. Okay? Don't be a shitter. See you in 2 weeks. But until then, bye-bye!